Charles Band. What his movies lack in coherent plot, acting, and an effects budget that could buy you a Whopper Jr., he more than makes up for in fucking fountains of blood, boobies, and badass concepts. Albeit concepts executed about as efficiently as fucking Rasputin. Trancer was inspired. Puppet Master, Malls. But what both lacked in terminal proportion was giant fucking robots. Solution? Rip off Battletech, say you were inspired by Transformers, and cover it up really badly by hiring Battletech sourcebook writer and novelist Robert Thurston to pen the fucking novelization. Whoops! Stop me if you've heard this one before, folks. In the distant future, a nuclear holocaust led the leaders of House the market to war with the Capellan the Confederation, using nuclear-powered giant robots piloted mentally using a neuro suit wielded by elite mech warrior robot JOX to preclude collateral damage due to escalating arms technology in the inner Terra.
It's not a ripoff, it's a homage.
Bear with me, folks. I've never reviewed a copyright claim before. We open with expository horseshit.
It is 50 years since the nuclear holocaust almost destroyed mankind. War is now outlawed.
And if it goes as well as the government outlawing drugs, internet piracy, and goddamn guns, we're certain to be sitting seaside in a pseudo-futuristic fucking utopia any goddamn day now.
Here at the Confederation playing field in Siberia, a battle rages between two gigantic fighting machines piloted by their nation's champions, the robot JOX.
Yes, you heard correctly, friends. Robot JOX. No, not a description for John Cena trying to cut a promo without a script.
Are you sure about that?
Or a Chinese firearm to his fucking head, but men! Dudes who dare to strap themselves into a mechanical coffin, strap on a goofy goddamn gimp suit, and war with post-apocalyptic commies in the only Rock'em Sock'em Robots film Guillermo del Toro didn't fucking ruin. That's right, I fucking said it. And as we know from nearly 40 years of Battletech lore, not to mention our own dealings with the godless fucking Reds, when you broker with Bolsheviks, space commies always play square.
I yield! I yield!
That's horrible. That's so horrible. My father went the same way.
Better still, it turns out it was the product of international espionage.
They knew how to counter the tar spray. Clearly a matter of espionage.
Communist treachery? I thought this was sci-fi, not fantasy. And really, you think they needed espionage to circumnavigate some fucking tar? What, did they steal your secret baking soda schematics? It's fucking tar, not nuclear fusion. I've made it by accident by fucking up stovetop pudding. Who's their secret agent, Briar Rabbit? Then again, with such impossibly high stakes, who can blame the Bolshies? After all, this one's for all the marbles. The crown jewel of the roughly United States. The high school football trophy that confers every low-T boomer dad with an undeserved air of importance. The one, the only.
That's why we're saving him. To fight for Alaska. Alaska, big deal.
You said it, offensive Southwest stereotype. Alaska? The fuck are the Russians after over there? A renewable source of shit reality shows and dudes ducking child support? And hey, is it bad when even your own characters can't help but laugh at the premise of your own fucking film?
It is big. Oil, timber, minerals. The goddamn Eskimos.
We cannot allow the Confederation to occupy 1 square inch of American soil.
Now, if they pay a bunch of prepubescent Portland commies to do it in, say, Seattle, then fuck it. Let them have half the fucking
Charles Virgil Peck. Fighting name, Hercules. Born in Tucson, Arizona.
And nothing of value was lost. But as Achilles plots revenge for his buddy in the body condom, he decides to burn off his energy the 80s way, with full contact fucking karate.
Crash it.
Ain't no fair. Have you seen how far apart Achilles' eyes are? This man has the peripheral vision of a fucking chameleon. The only way to sneak up on this dude is from the fucking front. And no, you did not miss here. That man's name is indeed Sargon, and he did in fact grow up to be the biggest shitlord on the interwebs. But after beating YouTube pundit ass, it's time to awkwardly leer at the only vagina in an 8-block radius.
She's one of them?
Heard they had a woman. They do all right against each other. Never gonna beat JOX, though.
Some of them aren't too hard to look at, though.
I could stare at that Adam's apple all day. Enter Betty Buzzkill for an exposition dump with a side of pseudoscience.
Oh, yeah, you're the one who came up with these test tube babies.
No mothers, no fathers.
Human beings, genetically engineered to be the best fighters in history.
Genetically engineered infantry piloting giant stompy robot suits, no? Nope, still not ringing a bell. Oh, did I mention the Battletech clan invasion dropped the same year as the novelization of this fucking film? No reason. And like their cheating space Soviet Battletech doppelgangers, I'm certain they're conceived in as austere and sterile a fashion as fucking possible.
I'd appreciate it if you could provide us with raw material.
You ain't using my DNA to make no tubies.
Could we just skip the middleman and make a direct deposit?
Oh, casual discussions of rape. When he's done beating the blue off his balls, Achilles heads out to meet gaze his own mech and prepare for gladiatorial combat against a Russian robot, much to the delight of Wayun from DS9 and the rest of the cardboard crowd.
Listen to that crowd.
Wait, a post-apocalyptic future where everyone wears surgical masks and ignores encroaching tyranny in the advance of communism in favor of watching fucking sports? Hey, has anyone seen the Fi in my sci-fi? But before the crowd can think too hard about anything at all, it's time for titty cannons.
Just cannon, boy. Best answer him.
I can read his reply already. Dear Penthouse, fucking forearm missiles! Captain Kami melts down so fast you'd think he was a Russian reactor, and it's then that Achilles elects to press the advantage with his secret weapon. Basic bitch green lasers?
I thought the green laser was a secret weapon. Hard to keep secrets in this business. Too many damn spies.
Who knew Nancy Pelosi's chauffeur was into fucking robot fights? And cool it, Tex, if changing your laser's hair color is a secret weapon, the gender studies program at Berkeley must be fucking NORAD. His diabolical hold card of adding fucking food coloring to his nipple lasers now foiled by an impotent arm flail, he falls back to a tried and true tactic. A righteous robo-fisting.
We lost the advantage, boy. It's clobbering time.
They strike a fucking ninja stance. They stand farther apart than Achilles' eyes. Yes, it'll be a white-hot UFC fight in the Robo litter box tonight. And like all UFC fights, it's more fixed than Bob Barker's Chihuahua.
Watch for that kick. He's tricky. Get up, boy. Get up. Get on your feet.
Wait, that's it? I thought this was a UFC fight, not a CM Punk UFC fight. If only there were some way to square the scales. Some manner of playfield, leveling equalizer, sportsmanlike and subtle, an elegant weapon from a more civilized— Holy fuck, it's a giant blowtorch! Help, my authoritarian regime has fallen and it can't get up. But before zombie Reagan can emerge from the earth and drop a Macho Man elbow from the top of the stands, he must reckon with Marxism's greatest weapon of all, fucking rocket fist.
He's firing his fist at Achilles. It's out of control. It's heading for the bleachers.
Punch!
Not to worry, there's no people in those bleachers. Those are the California seats. Achilles alights his mech, harried by the siren song of women, children, and douchey fucking hipsters.
This was a scene only 6 hours ago in the too aptly named Death Valley.
Rest in peace.
There are no words to describe the magnitude of this tragedy, ladies and gentlemen.
Which is why I'm in such a delicate conundrum.
The total dead number over 300.
Experts are calling it a great fucking start.
The Confederation's new weapon, as used, was clearly in violation of Rule 7. Nothing classified as a long-range weapon may be employed during the final hand-to-hand combat period, which Achilles heroically intercepted.
Ah, yes, the same way Bart Gunn's face heroically intercepted Butterbean's fist. Fortunately for the Robo-Pinkos, they got the same jury as O.J. Simpson.
The motivation of Achilles in choosing to block the weapon is also irrelevant. We hereby declare the match inconclusive. A draw.
A fucking draw? It's a robo-duel, not a soccer match. But before hooligans can roam the countryside overturning Mini Coopers and abducting sheep, they learn there'll be a fucking rematch in but 1 week's time, right? Right?
Wrong.
1 week from today, you will meet again in Death Valley for a rematch.
1 week, you're mine. I'll kill you dead.
No, I'm not fighting.
What do you mean?
I did my contract. 10 fights. That's it.
But while Ivan Koloff goes back home to glue down his hairline, the clanners kick it with Granny Rags and have a fucking mullet party.
Our day has come early. 1 week before the first of you is tested in battle.
Interesting. He should turn out to be a coward.
He's not a coward.
Whatever you say, Athena.
Well, at least everyone got the memo about the rat tails.
We have a great deal to talk about. Let's start with violation of contract, shall we?
Don't bother to show me out. I know the way.
It isn't over until someone wins. You can't even read your goddamn contract. How do you know?
I can't read, but I'm not dumb. Don't pull that shit on me.
You know, I'm beginning to think Achilles doesn't wear the helmet just for combat. But while our peace-eating protagonist goes back home to make macaroni art, not even the horrors of 300 liquefied Californians could prepare us for the true horrors of the post-apocalyptic future. White people dancing. Caucasians dancing or Frankenstein in a burning windmill? We report, you decide. But beyond the sea of synchronized grand mal seizures, Achilles is at long last learning his ABCs.
What's that one, H?
The law says I cannot serve anyone who is drunk. And you gotta admit you are one drunk guy.
Hey, at least it explains the acting. But after Bance with the test tube babies, we witness an event more rare than Bigfoot riding Halley's Comet in a lunar eclipse past a Half-Life 3 announcement. A Russian dude drinking.
What an impressive end to your career. Over 300 casualties. Congratulations.
Gonna be one more. You don't keep that mouth shut.
John McAfee, your ass is mine.
I challenge you.
I do not fight two bees.
You dare to refuse my bajol?
Well, as truncated slang for test tube baby goes, I suppose it beats testes. And speaking of beatings...
Now he's broken the warrior down, and I'm sure that's the first time in the warrior's life.
Let's finish it, Alexander. Here now.
I would not fight you even if you were sober. I don't fight for fun. What do you fight for?
Shitloads of money, mostly. Don't you Russians have a free and open economy upon which to exchange tender for goods and service? Oh, that's right!
Saturday, Achilles. Or not at all.
But while Zangief goes to find more Elmers for his fucking hairpiece, Achilles is feeling the effects of learning his alphabet. Damn it, another video toaster flashback. Good thing there's no mannish, mullibedecked clanner cunt to peer longingly at my flaccid fuck me, it's a test tube lesbian!
I've been here all night.
Is there something I ought to remember?
I carried you home.
Sounds real romantic.
I studied your body.
To be honest, it looked like you were trying to smuggle an acorn between your...
I just wanted to see if you were different.
And you found out boys and girls are different.
Actually, with your clothes off, we look pretty much the same.
So what makes you different?
Luck.
That's circular. Anyone who survives 10 fights must have luck.
Yeah, luck or Jake Paul's manager. And like all intimate conversations with women, it isn't long before the yelling starts.
I was bred not to have fear.
Okay, so you're not human.
I am human. I was bred for a purpose.
To be Grace Jones' lighting stand-in?
You just happened.
Yeah, that's what Daddy used to say.
That's why you quit. You ran out of courage.
10 fights is 10 fights.
9 fights and 1 draw.
What do you know about it?
It isn't over until somebody wins.
Or until someone finds a new shaped pull rope on one of the mech garages. He shows the titless wonder how the door works, at which point she proffers a parting shot he can feel in what passes for a penis.
I wanted to learn the secret of the great Achilles. There's nothing you can teach me, except how to lose.
Is he going to teach you to play for the Mets? While Waka and Wonder Mullet rock some clanner yoga, Achilles and Yosemite Sham talk strategy with a side of slatch.
Good on paper, but she's a woman. No chance.
You sure? I want a DNA test. After giving her a salutary jizz rag for luck, Achilles masks up and heads out to Fauci-topia to treat with the in-laws and be offended by a poster calling him a coward that he shouldn't be able to read. But upon breaking bread with his sister, brother, and his fake fucking beard, their expository interlude is interrupted by the telephone.
Hello.
I'm coming for you.
Up yours, too.
We've been getting some calls like that.
After a French feast of beanie weenies, the clanners clamber up some amorphous monkey bar bullshit to earn the right to die in horrific agony in a fucking robo-boxing match. Seems simple, right? Bars give way, pipes spew slippery water, and a half-dozen murder mullets perish in Aquanet-induced agony when the clouds and camel toe part only 2 test tube wunderkind are worthy to duke it out for the dying rights. Sargon and Athena, who I can only tell apart as Sargon's Adam's apple is slightly smaller. They glower in dogged determination atop the citadel of steel, the right stuff coursing through their veins, each cell of their scientifically engineered little boy bodies prepared to pounce. Unstoppable force, immovable object. Either way this ends, we'll have a new modern-day superhero. Christopher Reeves kind of modern-day superhero. Wasting no time tarrying or growing tits you can see without an electron microscope, Athena skitterfucks through the big red roof sphincter and earns herself the right to be the first woman to die in mech combat.
You told me to wake you if I said I was going to fight. It's coming on.
A truly historical event. The first female RoboJock, Athena.
God damn it, I liked Alaska.
You will fight him?
That's right.
And in return?
All I want is there won't be any bleacher bums. Clear the area.
Ah, so AEW rules then.
Why did you decide to come back?
Well, looks of that broad penis envy, but if new weapon systems are an extension of Achilles' nano crank, he sadly shan't receive the customary boner briefing.
No new weapons briefing?
I was wondering about that myself. My boy doesn't get a computer simulation, just goes at it cold.
Exactly.
That don't make sense.
Security measure.
And what cunning and foolproof security measure would that be, you inquire? Only the most advanced format available. One that makes commies cower and Bolsheviks bite their cheek at the merest utterance of its indomitable eponym. VH-fucking-S!
The briefing's on tape. You screen it before the fight tomorrow, in the cockpit.
The ultimate security measure. No one, not even the engineers that installed the individual units, know the exact nature of these weapons. No one but me.
Sounds like too good a secret. What if I don't know how to use them?
You both will just have to trust me. This time, there'll be no leaks.
That quote is from the Biden Shopping for Depends collection.
I don't know about you, I trust that Jap about as far as I could throw him.
Yeah?
I mean, he is the size of a small chap.
Hey, the doc's weird, but he ain't no spy.
I don't know.
Come on, it's gotta be Dr. Bukakimoto. I mean, think about it. Hollywood would never project negative traits on an obvious, marginally offensive caricature of a red state. Film writers are a veritable portrait of even-handed depictions of the Southwest, from interchangeable racist Arizona Sheriff number 3,421 to drunken Texas lynching gang number 522. Now, she'll be telling me they've spent the past 4 years shoving thinly veiled Trump allegories into recent Hollywood productions or some shit.
Doc, meet the real Tex Conway.
It's late.
I found your spy.
Fortunately for now, all the treachery is over. Back at Blue Balls HQ, Athena even stops in for a soda and a snog. Sure, Achilles swooped in to spare us all from having to watch a woman fight without the UFC rigging it first, but when has a woman ever held a grudge? I mean, really.
I was thinking about the gift you gave me. I have a present for you, too. Please, turn around.
Ah!
Ladies, think of the soundstage. Fortunately, Achilles still has some tiger blood in his system and puts up a valiant fight. But before long, the two succumb to their searing on-screen man-boy chemistry.
Why the hell you think I came back?
For 5 entire seconds until she remembers she's a vengeful fucking cunt.
Hey, Achilles, a little early, huh?
Getting antsy? Acting kind of funny.
Same old sweet ass, though.
Hey, this ain't Achilles.
The Keystone Fops shut down the lift in an attempt to forestall her with fucking foot soldiers, but if you're under the impression that'll fly, you've clearly never tried fighting an Atlas with an infantry and battle tech. She climbs the silo walls like a mullet-bedecked baboon and is all set to fight on Solaris Earth. Remembering her super mega friendship happy time weeb weapon, Athena pops in the porn tape to learn it's just a fucking flare. And then the Spank Cinema turns into a snuff film.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Guards! Put this man under arrest.
Tex Conway?
That sly Jap son of a bitch. He had the camera on.
That remark from the David Ellefson collection. His fluffy physique honed by decades of ding-dongs and domestic beer, he catches the glorified fucking stormtroopers off guard and enacts the foolproof final act of his communist espionage career. A spot-on Owen Hart impression. But before Vice can make a shitty documentary about him, Athena has to tangle with 50 tons of two-paid Russian. She unleashes withering machine gun blasts and blinds his Bolshevik ass. But if you thought the unexpected success of her clitoral coup would inspire her to greater efforts, you conveniently forgot that you're still witnessing a woman attempting to drive. Ivan the Unbearable grounds her, he pounds her, he treats her like a Chris Brown dinner date, but just when all seems lost, a man does her job for her.
Use the bullsaw!
Lacking his more heavily armed right extremity, he's down to just one arm with a single opposable hand. Why, if only there were something a man could only do to a woman that involved a balled-up fucking fist. Presented with a problem only a penis can solve, he soars into his Hovermatic Blade Runner car and careens onto the field, just in time for Omega Red to pause pointlessly during his final finishing stomp so Achilles can pose dramatically atop the rubble and proffer one of the finest 80s clapbacks ever uttered. Gather round, children. There'll be a pop quiz afterward.
I can't wash you balls like bags.
You're a lot of things, Alexander, but you're not a coward. I'm gonna get in this thing, and I'm gonna kick your ass!
He piles into the cockpit while his Politburo opponent demonstrates the unparalleled sportsmanship only a lifetime of socialism can provide. By the time the rubble clears, Achilles kicks his opponent to the ground, springs the fuck up, and with that, friends, we are in for a robo-ass beating of Rodney King proportions.
The Confederation lost when Alexander defied the referees. The battle's over.
Not for me.
Right after we go into outer space like a goddamn Gundam to do our best imitation of an ICBM. North Korean ICBM. Wow, if I didn't know better, I'd say this was a horrendous idea with no tactical advantage, virtually guaranteed to end badly and accomplish nothing apart from artificially inflating the runtime of the fucking movie. But now I'm just talking crazy. He hits the ground harder than Katy Perry's career after 2015 and finds out he's outlegged by a ratio of 4-1. But as Robo Zangief closes in for the kill, he fails to reckon with the fact that Achilles is a fucking transmorpher. Achilles thunders forward while Alexander demonstrates his Stormtrooper Academy aiming skills, taking stingers to the sack for his troubles. But with the rapacious Rusky and Operation Turtle Flip, it's clear Achilles has failed to reckon with the darkest weapon in communism's nefarious arsenal: chundering chainsaw dick! And that, son, is why they call it a cockpit. His mech mangled beyond recognition by the sheer phallic force of the cyber salami, he flees for his wall-eyed life, a quadrophenia of fucking mech legs rending the scarred earth around him. And then, as he clings desperately to life astride his enemy's mech leg, he spots it, his lone salvation amid the mechanized massacre. Oh shit, this is gonna be fucking amazing. Nipple cannons raking the battlefield, he races toward his deliverance, and then, employing the peerless mechanical aptitude he has at no point in this film fucking demonstrated, featuring skills he would likely require the ability to read to obtain, he somehow hotwires that fucker. Alexander advances, each leaden stride, each auto-cannonade spelling certain doom as Achilles fumble fucks with the circuitry, and then, at the crucial moment, when all hope seems lost and communism threatens to envelop the globe, fucking Freedom Fist!
Rocket launcher.
Russian robot? Scrapped. Socialist? Smoked. I'm Razor Fist. God, holy fuck, he's still alive! He lays more pipe than Epstein at a Girl Scout meeting. Achilles replies with a pipe of his own. Back and forth, their somnambulant combat meanders on. And then, just as Captain Kami cradles a rock in his democratic people's digits, preparing to pulverize Achilles' cranium into a fine, freedom-loving paste, our gallant hero responds with his most fearsome weapon to date. Hippie horseshit?
We can both live! We are dead. We're robot JOX.
He said it! He said it!
We can live.
Oh, god damn it, is it too late to bring back in the broad? Women never settle for mere disarmament. Ask Gaddafi. Ah, well, so Achilles simped out to socialism at the end. But on the bright side, he does manage to end in style. With the fist bump of the fucking century. Cut, print, robots.
historical event. The first female
driver.